How we all doing, party people? It is that most wonderful time of the month once more. Not of the year, that is Christmas. But we have free REGEAR going on at the moment. So we've another 3 days, 19 hours. I have 5 questions that you need to ask, and a bonus 6 question that you need to ask once you're done, that I'll give you at the end. 5 questions you need to ask before you do any of this regearing. So, what are those questions, I hear you ask, and get to the point, Dahi. So question number 1, these all apply to all levels, and I'll expand on the questions after I just go. I'll give you the 5, then I'll expand on the whole lot. Then we'll look at some resources for all of this, and then I'll give you question number 6. That is absolutely vital, that you must ask yourself at the end when you have all of this done. Okay, so you do your questions, do your rebuilds, ask yourself question number 6, because I'm a dope and I didn't. That's why I have it in place now. Now, question number 1, the keystone to all of your accounts is clanboss. So do you have clanboss on lockdown? That's question number 1. Question number 2, where are my biggest roadblocks on my account? Okay, where's my biggest problems? What can't I do? Question number 3, solving which of these roadblocks is going to give the biggest change or the biggest benefit to my account. Yeah. Number 4, what do I have on lockdown so that I can ignore it? Question number 5, do I have all of the free champions? Okay, so if you just want the first 5 questions, you can wrap up here, you can finish up here. I'm going to expand on each of those now. Some of them are self-explanatory, but I'll give it a little bit of detail. Then we're going to look at resources, and then I'll give you question number 6. All right, guys? So, question number 1, do I have clanboss on lockdown? This applies to every level of accounts. Believe it or not, it applied to me last month, which is why I have it there in place. So if you cannot do Ultra Nightmare and all of the other levels on all affinities on one key, the answer to this question is no, and that should probably be a priority for you. There are newer and shinier things, but nothing will give your account as much benefit as having Ultra Nightmare clanboss on lockdown on one key. So that is huge for you. It applied to me recently because I'd done a free regear, rebuilt a load of people, stole gear from everywhere, and broke my clanboss. So you always have to have clanboss on lockdown. It cost me a ton of silver to rebuild stuff and time because I had broken that. So clanboss on lockdown, number 1 priority on every account. Question number 2, where are my biggest roadblocks? So that's going to be different for every account, right? Could be faction wars, could be clanboss, like I said. Doom Tower, can I do all of that? Cursed City, are there certain stages that I can't get by? S6 and S8 are big blocks for a lot of people. Then you have the Sand Devil portion. Then you have the S20 or the fireknight portion. So there's lots of roadblocks in Sin City. It could be the dungeons. Can I farm each of the dungeons at their highest level? Can I 100% them so that I have no failures? Can I do them fast enough? So all of these questions apply to number 3, and that's identifying where your roadblocks are. Iron Twins is a big one. Can you do 15 on each affinity on Iron Twins? So all of these things, you have to ask yourself, Sand Devil and Shogun, can I do stage 25 on each? All things you have to ask, where are my roadblocks? Now, question 3 is, which of these is going to yield me the greatest benefit? For my money at the moment, if I was doing dungeons okay, doing clanboss, and making progress in faction wars, Iron Twins Fortress. Getting blessings on your account and getting your better champions not empowered, blessed, ascended, whatever, 6-star blessings on them and stuff like that is huge, and it pays out dividends across the dungeons and across everything else by giving your champions extra stats and extra abilities. Even when you come to Amius, it gives you damage reduction, and it gives you, does it give you increased damage on him? I'm not sure, but it does give you increased damage on some of the others. Even Shogun. If you can't do Shogun, because the boss is magic affinity on 25, so if you're weak hitting on the boss, having blessings on your team brings his counter back down and improves your chances of being able to farm 25 significantly, hugely. So if you're currently doing it and you can't do 25, swap out what champions you can and get guys in there with bigger blessings, and you'll have a much easier time. Just because you have blessings, not even what blessings you have or the stats that you have, just that you have blessings. And it's the same for all of the hard dungeons and Amius as well. So that is question number 3. Solving which answer from question number 2 is going to give me the most benefit on my account, so that you know where to focus your energies and your rebuilding and your time, because we all have real lives outside of raid, or at least I hope we do. I keep telling myself I do. So yeah, question number 4, before I depress myself, question number 4 is the opposite of that. What do I have on lockdown and I can forget? Okay, so I know I do not need to spend any time looking at Iron Twins. I have it on lockdown, stage 15. That's my team. Don't have to worry about it. Spider, have it on lockdown. Don't have to worry about it. Dragon, same. Ice Golem and Fireknight, I know I need to spend a little bit of time there, because I can either do 100% or fast. I can't do both. So I need to refine both of those teams. Now, so that is knowing where not to focus your energy. So ask yourself, what can I leave alone? And make sure you lock them up, because I spoke about that with clanboss earlier on. So that's that. Lock those things down. Now, question number 5 then was, do I have all of the free champions? So that is, and I have a list written out here because I'm very prepared. I'm very professional, so I am. So we have Lydia, Matrala, Carnage, Marius, Ramantu. All of those. We have our missions. You want to be working your way through them. So have a look through your Arbiter missions. Have a look through your Ramantu missions. Have a look through your Marius missions. And build with some of them in mind as well. So as you can see, I'm doing live arena stuff at the moment, so it might be more important to me at the moment to do all of those. 20 million damage to Hydra in one attempt might be important for me to do that. Immortal Soulstones from Iron Twins Fortress might be important for me to do that. So on and so forth. Look ahead and see what's going to be important to you for those missions. So the same for Hydra, for Matrala, for Faction Wars, for Lydia, Sin City for Carnage, and then the missions for Arbiter and Ramantu. Even then, speaking about the epics and the legendaries from Doom Tower as well, because the epics are actually better, I think, than the legendaries, and I think a lot of people say that, but there are some great legendaries in there. The thing is, even having them in your reserves, in your fragment summon, to be able to use them during champion... Oh, we have a shiny red light. To be able to use them during champion chase. Oh, of course, it's frozen now. During champion chase and pull them out as extra resources is huge. So pay attention to that stuff as well. Ask yourself, question number 5, do I have all of the free champions? Now, the other thing I said we'd look at is free resources. And I'm going to give... Nub is going to get a bit of a plug from me here, because I had his video open. I was having a look. There's the new stock, the broken champion. But also Nub is going to get a shout out. So resources for Hydra. Nub is probably the best at going through that stuff. He's been really consistent at putting out good quality explanations and series of videos around Hydra and trying different teams and explaining what he's doing. And he's a very good manner about him and getting stuff across. Much better than me. Bronco then, the other resource from a CC perspective, I think, for Hydra teams, he does all the cheese stuff and all that kind of thing, is really, really good, but maybe not. It's just not as current because of the changes that have literally just changed, and I'm sure he's going to have more stuff back out there. In fact, I think he had an over 1 billion full auto team video there last week, so check him out too for Hydra stuff. That's not to say that the other some of the others don't have great content. They absolutely 100% do for that stuff, but those are the two I tend to look at, as well as Tyraku and MTG Jedi as well, and Ash, of course. Like there's loads out there, but those are the ones for specific things. Then for clanboss, you have DWJ, Deadwood Jedi is the man. Speed tunes here, deadwoodjedi.com, speed tunes here. Pick your speed tune that suits you, go to your calculator, and then use the calculator as well as just following the speed tune to make sure that everything is in sync, because just fractions can make a difference in it. So good resource there. For everything else, Hellhades, raidoptimizer.hellhades.com. So team optimizer, once you're in here, then you select your dungeon, your difficulty, and your stage, and click find team. It'll bring you up a load of teams as well. So this is great. This looks like a good team, but it's only a 93% success rate, so we don't want that. Let's put it up to 100 and apply the filter. Okay, this is a great team, but it's only run twice. So basically it has a 100% success rate over 2 runs. That's no good to me. Let's put that up to at least 25 and apply filter again. And that's what it's given me now. So this is run 35 times at a 100% success rate and looks a-okay with a 57-second duration. So that's really good for me. And I would probably take that and might look at building that out when I'm done here. So those are some good resources there, and I just want to check my list to see did I have anything else there for you guys. Obviously, for the technical details and stuff like that, Saf's videos on everything are really good, and they get down into the numbers and where the benefits and all of that lie on comparing sets, stats, everything else. So he is really good there. And so that's it for the resources. All of the CCs put out really good content. For Amius, I would give myself a little plug for Amius stuff. For straight up fighting them, I think I do some of the best content out there for breaking down what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what each stage does, and I'm going to be bringing out a good bit of content on that's going through that at length to help people nail Amius down, because I love the fight and I want to see people kill him. So we have that, and Bronco again for Amius as well is really good at finding those cheeses, and he's so good at that stuff. He's really, really good. Now, so that's the resources. I did say there was one more thing as well, and that's question number 6. So you've asked yourself the 5 questions, you've planned out what you're going to do, you've done all the work, you've built your teams, everything is shiny, you love your new teams, they're running great, you're like, that Dahi guy is fantastic and he deserves a like and subscribe. It's coming to the end of the free REGEAR. Grand, you're happy out. You have to ask yourself question number 6, and that is, what did I break? Who did I ungear? Okay, and again, resources for this. Hellhades Artifact Optimizer. You need to go into champions and go and look at your champions and go to partially geared and then go to not geared. Because when you're changing everything around, you're going to be pulling gear from here, there, and everywhere, and you're going to end up with some really great champions that do not have their full gear on them, and you'll be using them in arena, you'll be using them in Hydra, you'll be using them in this place, that place, and the other place, and next you'll be like, why am I failing? What's not working? You'll click on the champion and realize that your Carl has no gloves and no shield. You know, so that's a huge thing, guys. That's question number 6. And the reason I put that in place is because I've done that before, where I've done everything, I've done all my shiny new stuff, everything's in place, and then I go back and a couple of my key champions that I use on my daily stuff aren't working because I've pulled gear off them. So always make sure you check that at the end. So that's my 6 questions for success in the free REGEAR, guys. I hope that was beneficial to you all. And if you've watched this long, do wish in the comments below my mum a happy birthday. And I tell you what, as well, on top of that, whichever comment gets the most upvotes, I will give a free account review and a building of at least one team to whichever comment gets the most upvotes, if I have access to the account and you have the resources on it, guys. Okay, so stick it in the comments below, and I'd love to help you out, guys, and make my mammy happy by wishing her happy birthday. All right, guys, thanks very much, and enjoy yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.